Hello, this is the Bean Pod podcast. I'm Liam Mason, and beside me is
Natalie
and
Kirsty.
Hooray! That went well. So we're writing an entertainment podcast. We decided that after 2 years, we had enough of sitting in spoons and writing things. We'd actually try this.
Yay, spoons!
So,
considering we sit and talk more than we sit and write, we figured we might as well record it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Other pubs are available. And we're, as I said, writing an entertainment podcast, and if enough people like this episode, we'll continue with it. Otherwise, we're just talking into YouTube for no apparent reason.
Although we might continue anyway, because it's entertaining us.
Considering we're talking anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, we need something to do on a Sunday. So today, after that really long introduction, we're going to go through a few things today. We've all recently watched Deadpool. Yes, I know, we're late to the game. So we're going to discuss that. I'm going to go through the Oscars, which is tonight, hopefully, if we can manage to get this uploaded today.
Yay, Leo!
Then we've got a baked bean-based story. That's the thing. We're called Bean Pods. We're beans in a pod.
So why not rock the beans?
Yeah, so...
This is all entirely Natalie's fault.
Yeah, blatantly Natalie's fault, so don't shush YouTube.
Shush us either. Doesn't work.
So we've got a funny baked bean-based story. That won't happen every week, I'm sure, but it might do.
We can try.
Yeah, we could try.
Beans in
then,
any shape or form.
Yep. Then we're going to introduce our writing challenge of the episode. Through the magic of editing, we'll have something ready for you during the episode.
We haven't written it yet.
Yeah, we haven't written it yet. Then we've got our feature of this podcast, which is the 5-minute Faff, where we take a word from this week, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Open a book and point at something.
Yep. We'll point at it and we'll faff about with it for 5 minutes and see where we get to. And then to finish it all off, we've got a box of Bertie Bott's Every Flavour beans. We're going to pick one and see who is really unlucky and who gets out alive.
Oh, I think I know that.
Yeah.
Natalie, we already know, is incredibly entertaining to watch while eating these. We'll see how it sounds.
Yeah, it could be quite funny. So, first thing we'll go on to then is Deadpool. So, yeah, we watched this last week, actually.
What did everybody think?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll ask you two first. Because I'm the...
I really liked it, and considering at the end I sat there wanting to say, can you just rewind this and start again, please?
Again now.
Again now, it would be good. I guess awesome. Yeah.
She said awesome in case you didn't hear that.
She normally tells me off for not speaking loudly enough to microphones.
Well,
yeah, there we go.
Sensitive.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, you are terrible for it. So
Yes,
yeah, I think overall... Oh, your mum's phone's going off.
Keep going.
Yeah, so...
Natalie's going to see this on the phone.
Natalie's gone to answer the phone. We're recording this in her living room because, well, it was the safest place.
Yeah.
So overall, I think we found Deadpool very funny.
Equally funny was trying to explain it to my parents without actually explaining it.
So, in case you haven't watched it, there won't be any spoilers here, mainly because I've scribbled out the spoilers that I've written in my review. I thought it was very funny. They balanced his annoying behaviour and fourth wall breaks really, really well, which is one of the things about Deadpool, being a self-aware character. He's prone to fourth wall breaking.
A lot.
Yep, led to a very funny line saying that he was a fourth wall breaking and a fourth wall break. That made 16 walls. So the overall plot of the film is Wade Wilson is a mercenary for hire, and then after meeting his future fiancée, he gets struck down with cancer, joins a shady corporation, and injects himself with some mutant genes, and then becomes the mercenary merc with a mouth, Deadpool, and he goes to get revenge on them. So
in a nutshell.
Yeah, in a nutshell. So overall, I'd say the film was around about an 8 out of 10. There were some little things that did bug me with it. The villains were a touch weak. I thought Ed Skrein's character, Ajax, or Ajax, however you pronounce it.
Him.
Yeah, him. He was a bit, I don't know, he was a bit flat, almost. And
it's a lot to, actually stand up to being next to Deadpool.
Well, yeah, I suppose you've got that. Everyone's going to pale into insignificance at this point. And, Natalie's back. I wasn't entirely sure what the use of angel dust in the film was as well. Gina Carano's character, she was a bit underused.
Yeah, she had potential.
Yeah.
She has potential.
Well, she has potential. They may use her again.
It is a massive franchise. There is a possibility they're simply setting her up for something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
And a lot of people have been saying that the action was a bit sparse in it as well, but I think that was more to do with the budget being cut.
But it also did seem like, for people who don't know much about Deadpool, like us,
It did explain him quite well.
Yeah, it explained him really well. It explained his beginnings and just what on earth he is about.
Yes.
Without boring people who aren't comic book fans into
Yeah.
delirium.
His origin story was slightly altered. Well, the origin story I know from the comics, but it was mostly the same. So, the origin story does take up quite a majority of the film, but I suppose it's needed for a character like Deadpool.
This is where I'm really biased because I really quite like origin stories.
Yeah. He also does mention about origin films and bigger team-up films, that he doesn't mention by name due to contractual issues.
Repeatedly.
Although the fact that they reduced the budget and they didn't have so many action scenes did lead to a very funny scene. I won't spoil it, but it involves Dopinder, the taxi driver, a certain thing that happens to his cab, and it's quite amusing.
Yeah.
And I think that
Thwarting the massive action.
Yes. I thought that was one of the funniest bits.
Actually, you say because of the tight budget, but actually, considering the tight budget, I think they did a really good job with the action.
Yeah.
What action they did really
they did it well. Yeah, because I actually, even the main bit of action that you see at the very start, where they're slowly introducing you into how he got to this point, and just the stills and things that they got. It does take a long time, but the way they've done the stills and moving around what's actually happening, is it gives you a different insight into what's going on. Like his crotch in someone's face and his foot in someone else's face.
I think that's safe to say, considering anybody who might have seen the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. So overall I gave it 8 out of 10.
Natalie's running away again.
Oh yeah, Natalie's run away again. She's not afraid of you people of YouTube, honest.
There's
So
other stuff happening in the house.
Yeah, so that's life.
Yeah, life happens.
So yeah, what did you rate it then, roughly?
I'd put it as a high 9. I really liked it. But as I say, I have a weakness for origin stories. I love setup. This is my massive flaw as a writer. I do too much setup. I love setup. Yeah.
Well,
we go.
being a script writer, being dialogue heavy, that was the one strength of the film, was the dialogue, and it was hilarious. Genuinely hilarious.
Sorry.
What did you rate it out of 10 then?
Well,
You said 8. I've said a high 9.
I think I go for high 9 because it is the first one that's sort of establishing things. I think now that we know what's going on with Deadpool and how he came to be and what his attitude is.
I just want to see Deadpool in
every
movie now.
Yeah.
Just as a walking by, doing his fourth wall break and then leaving the film.
Well,
that's like 16 walls.
16 walls there.
You'll know what we mean when we eventually stop saying 16 walls. But no,
if you don't know what we're talking about, go watch the movie. You'll enjoy it and you'll know what we're talking about.
Ignore that. I've heard there's mixed reviews. There is no need for mixed reviews. It's just fantastic.
Probably the Daily Mail just not accepting anything.
Yeah.
It laughed pretty much continually through the film.
I think it's also the fact that everyone goes, oh, so it's a superhero movie. It's like, no, it's an anti-hero movie. They're expecting these really nice characters to come on. Like, no.
To quote Deadpool himself, it's not that kind of superhero movie.
It's like Captain America doesn't do stuff like this. No. Well, no.
He's sort of an exception to the rule, though, isn't he?
Although watching all the trailers and the lead up to it, they seem to be going for a lot of the anti-heroes, superhero movies.
Yeah,
at the
and
moment.
the marketing for this film was brilliant as well. I don't know if you saw the billboard, which had just the emojis on it.
Yeah, skull poopel.
Skull poopel. Yes.
I love that one.
Well,
Yes.
you know, fair play to Fox, who will now presumably give them a much bigger budget for the second film.
Yeah.
Because,
can only hope.
yeah, the R-rated records got broken by Deadpool. I think it had one of the highest opening weekends. It's taken $500 million.
And everyone's gone, how? Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't
On
it?
Valentine's weekend.
Yeah, on Valentine's weekend. But that's the fact that he even comments on it. Like, why am I here? Like, this guy has just turned someone else into a kebab.
Yeah, we know where our priorities are on Valentine's weekend.
So I'm going to go on to the Oscars next. That's tonight. And
At the time of recording.
yeah, at the time of recording. So I'm going to go and do my predictions. I've only got the 7. Oh yeah, I should mention Natalie is in fact diseased with something, presumably. Like, I don't know, the plague.
Mostly gone. I'm trying not to cough into
I thought you were done with that. I thought that was gone.
Not the cough.
No, brilliant.
No giving
So
I'm just barking like a dog. It's fine.
obviously the favourite for tonight, the biggest buzz is for The Revenant.
Leo!
Yeah,
Highly
Leo
highly
DiCaprio. He will probably finally win his Oscar, unless something heinous happens during the night.
Can
In
someone
which case
please
the internet
during the
will
Oscars
explode.
make a joke about it,
Yes,
please?
yeah. Presumably it is Chris Rock. He probably will. In amongst the Oscar snub and the Oscar so white. Well, basically, have it. Yeah, every year at the moment. Well, the last 2 years, I think all 40 of the acting nominations have been white people. Which, you know, given the amount of talent in the Hispanic, Black and sort of Latin American communities is a bit of a shame, really. I mean, you go through the snubs at the moment. Creed, which was one of my favourite films I've watched recently. Michael B. Jordan and the director, Ryan Coogler. Straight Outta Compton, how that isn't in the Best Picture and The Martian is, which, by the way, I think is awful. Absolutely awful film, I think. I don't know why it is in there. Controversial.
I haven't watched it, but I've got to say the clips they're showing of it on Sky are quite funny.
Well,
Probably the best bits.
well.
That
I
tends to be
I
how
did,
they do it.
yeah, I didn't even find them funny, to be honest with you. So never mind. Yeah, Straight Outta Compton. You've got Benicio del Toro in. I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. Sicario, which again is a very, very good film. And Idris Elba, Beasts of No Nation. I was pointing out that because that was released on Netflix, they've probably deliberately snubbed that for a reason.
But to be fair, Idris Elba is a good actor.
He is. But obviously, the Oscars still go ahead. They're bringing in diverse presenters for the not so diverse nominations, but there we go, that's for another time. One of the other bigger snubs is female directors. And it was interesting. I was reading an article before we started recording this, and it said, could you name 5 female directors? And
That's your field.
yeah, and it's my field, and I couldn't.
I did film studies and I can't either.
No, the only 2 that I can think of is Ava DuVernay, who did Selma last year, and Sarah Gavron, who did Suffragette this year. And they were the 2 that I came up with. So I couldn't actually name 5, and that I
I
think.
can only think of one,
Yeah.
which is admittedly a different one to your 2.
Well, who's that?
Sophia Coppola.
Oh yeah.
So we got 3.
Yeah. So we got 3.
Between
So-
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between us, we can't name 5.
That's still kind of shameful.
And that just sort of brings about the disparity, I think. Really, when you think about it, why haven't we got more female directors? Why haven't we got more Black, Latin American, Hispanic actors, directors, all of these, and why aren't they getting nominated?
Why do you have to be white and male to be visible?
Yes, exactly.
don't let Kirsty's
Sorry.
Look
Kirsty's
out.
feminist side.
I'm trying to
get
keep a
out.
handle on the angry feminist, it's fine. Feminist is always, the angry feminist I'm trying to keep a handle on.
Well, feminism isn't exactly a bad thing.
No, it's just the
So-
angry version I'm trying to keep a hold on.
So going back, so predictions tonight. I've got film actor, actress, actor in supporting role, actress in a supporting role, animated, and director. So, director first, I've gone for George Miller for Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, yes. I love that film.
That was my favourite film
fantastic.
of last year.
I like that film, and I've never actually watched it.
Oh my god!
I saw enough of it on other people's TV screens on my flight to Australia and back.
Oh yeah, I watched it on my flight as well. I was like, wow!
I watched it conventionally in the cinema, and it blew me away.
It was fantastic.
I think you're going to lose a bit of it when you do Blu-ray, but
not as much as if it had been watching it on a TV screen in the back of the seat in front of you.
Yeah, that's how we watched it.
No, I watched it on the back of somebody else's seat. I didn't even watch it myself.
You didn't even watch it yourself? Oh my god! What are you
So many other people were watching it that I was seeing so many different bits of the film, and it was just like, I think I now vaguely know what happens, despite never having heard of it.
Oh god, you have to watch it, it's fantastic!
I will watch it. I'm waiting to see it on something that's actually TV sized.
Yes.
At least.
Wow, it's really good.
It is. Animated film. This is the one I'm not entirely sure about, because you've got Inside Out,
I like that one.
which is Pixar's one, but you've also got one called Anomalisa. But this has been getting rave reviews. So I think Pixar's hold on the people googling, other search engines are available.
There are
googling it.
Devices happening here.
But it's the buzz around it at the moment is absolutely fantastic, and I think it might break Pixar's hold on the old animated film. Of course, the dark horse being the Shaun the Sheep movie.
Now, you see, Inside Out gets my vote because I refuse to cry in public, and it nearly made me cry on a plane
I love Inside Out. I've seen it so many times now.
I watched it again. This is where we're going to find out.
It's one of my night shift movies.
This is where we're going to find out that most of the films I've watched this year new have been on the plane. And it nearly made me cry on a plane.
It's always made me cry at work, so multiple times.
Hello, Beta. Bye, Beta. That was Natalie's mum.
How have I spelled this right?
So, best actor, I think it's going to be Leonardo DiCaprio.
We all vote Leo.
Yeah, he's finally going to do it.
I just had a look at Anomalisa and it looks freaky, so no, that's a no-go.
But it's been getting rave reviews, like 5 stars across the board. It's sort of the artsy-fartsy
just
thing
looking
that
at
the
the
Oscars
pictures,
might do.
it looks like some sort of really bad plasticine stop-motion thing, and it looks freaky. I'm sure it's not that bad, but it doesn't look great at first impressions.
So the best actor category as well is a bit weak. I think. I mean,
not much choice.
Michael Fassbender. I mean, Bryan Cranston's a brilliant actor, but I've barely heard anything about Trumbo, let alone why he's so ahead. And it's got Matt Damon in The Martian. No. So, and I can't even remember the fifth one. I think it's someone from Spotlight, possibly Ryan Gosling. I should probably have Googled it a bit more.
I'm attempting to bring the list up, but not very quickly.
Actress Brie Larson in Room. That's a film I should be seeing at some point, but I haven't yet. Actor in a supporting role. Now, a lot of people have been saying about Bridge of Spies. That's another film which I think is really, really dull, actually. I think just because it's Steven Spielberg, the Oscars, a bit like David O. Russell, they like to include him almost every single year, and I don't know why. But supporting role, I reckon Mark Ruffalo in Spotlight. Very good actor.
He's a good actor, yeah.
Plus,
I've not seen any of the films on the list.
I've not.
I'm looking at the list. Haven't seen any of them.
I can acknowledge the actors are good.
But Mark Ruffalo, I think, because he's such a campaigner for things, I think the Oscars like to elevate these people.
Yeah.
That's why Sean Penn won it for Milk, even though he wasn't the best actor that year. Because he was talking about gay rights all the time.
Yeah.
Bit of a hypocrite considering he used to beat up gay people and hit women, but there we go. So there's another 2 subscribers lost. And best actress, I've gone with Kate Winslet from the Steve Jobs film, mainly because she's won every other.
Actress right now.
Pardon?
That's supporting actress.
Yeah, supporting actress. Sorry.
I'm looking at the list now. I can actually, talk about this.
So mainly because she's won every other award for that role, so it's probably going to be a clean sweep. So yeah, those are my Oscar predictions. Oh no, best film. As much as I want it to be Mad Max, as much as I really want it to be Mad Max, it's going to be The Revenant. I don't think they're going to go with the director whose name I'm not going to try and pronounce because I will pronounce it incorrectly. It's like Iriatu. Is his last name. He won it last year for Birdman, which was a very, very well shot film. I love that film. But they don't tend to give it 2 years in a row. So
The trailer creeps me out. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the films on this list.
But yeah, I think The Revenant will win it. And yeah, that's how it's going to. That's how I think it's going to pan out. So, with a bit of a gap, we'll put the timings in, I'm sure. I'm going to move on to the baked beans story.
Oh dear.
Right?
No.
So, I
He hasn't told us
googled.
the punchline for this.
Yes, I googled.
Stop drinking.
Um,
I don't want to wear it.
Okay.
so that innuendo bingo was everywhere.
Yes.
So I googled baked beans before I came round, and I found a story from 2 weeks ago. Admittedly, I didn't watch this programme on Channel 4. It was Britain's weirdest council houses. And there was a 61-year-old Barry Kirk in Port Talbot, and he loves baked beans. So much so that he spent £10,000 converting his council house into a baked bean museum. That opened in 2009.
Think of what else you could do with £10,000.
It's been going for 7 years, right? Which
Do people actually go there?
apparently so. Apparently so.
Like,
He
you
gets
know
quite
what I
revenue
want to
from
see?
it.
I want to see a baked bean museum.
That's not where he gets most of his revenue from. I'll get to that.
There is a revenue.
Yep, there is a revenue from it.
Okay, maybe not an entire waste of 10,000.
Yeah. In 1991, he went on Deadpool and changed his name to Captain Beanie. And the reason for his
Captain
love of
Beanie.
baked beans was the fact that 30 years ago he set the world record for sitting in a bath of beans for the longest amount
I just
of
want
time.
to know if he still bathes in beans.
Well,
I wanna know what the record
if you
was.
Google the picture of him, he's actually orange.
Wow.
He paints himself orange. He wears a
Wait, what?
He paints himself orange. Yep, you heard me right. And he will go and basically dress up as a superhero, Captain Beanie, which is ridiculous. I'll wait until you get the pictures up. So I'll faff about, but yeah, he's got like a baked bean sofa. He's got various Heinz baked beans and other baked bean paraphernalia.
Okay, so
100 hours.
100 hours in the bath by Captain Beanie.
There's competing Googling happening here, so you get the fastest, I think, at this point.
Yes. So I don't know if anyone's found a picture of him yet.
No, we're just
Because-
finding out how long he was in there for.
Well, if you look at the picture of him, his that's not even his main income, because
Oh my
you
god,
got it?
he's orange!
yeah, there he is, that one there. So
Excellent.
if you clicked on that picture, if you Google him, Barry Kirk, Port Talbot, or
Look at
Captain
him!
Beanie,
He looks so happy.
any guess what his main job might be?
In a baked bean factory?
Nope. That one.
Oh my god, have you seen his head? He has beans tattooed on his head!
Yep.
Wow!
Excellent. That looks
Yeah.
like his brains are showing.
Yep,
Oh
exactly.
my God.
What do you reckon his main job is then, Kirsty?
I don't know. I'm still trying to Google the picture. I'm being hopeless at this.
Yeah.
There we go. That's disgusting.
His main revenue of income is the fact he's a Bono impersonator.
I'm sorry, what?
He impersonates Bono from U2.
What as an orange person?
Orange.
And I'm not being that's orange. That's orange. I mean,
He's
literally,
a Bono impersonator.
he's literally orange.
So yeah, basically, the main thing he gets is he
No,
potentially-
actually, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah,
can-
you can
you can
see
see
he's a Bono impersonator, but
It
he's
doesn't
orange.
match, does it?
No, it
He's not always orange.
I
There he
can't-
isn't.
But he
I-
has a tattoo where his hair should be of
Yeah, or beans.
beans.
Yeah, the actual beans.
Oh,
They're
Something written on
he's
each.
painted
Yeah, I'm trying to get the
himself into
picture.
a niche, really, hasn't he?
a little bit. I can't get the picture to load in full
No,
size.
it doesn't.
Oh.
It doesn't.
Annoying.
It's got something written on the beans. We can't
Oh.
read them.
Maybe it's the lyrics to like One or Where the Streets Have No Name or something along those lines.
Like, no, you can definitely see, especially when he's wearing those shades, you can...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can... When he's not pulling weird faces, yeah.
What does it say?
So,
Yeah,
while they're busy
It
Googling...
looks like he's got initials on
I
his
can't get
feet.
any of the pictures to come up. It just goes black when I try and click on a picture. Google, you're failing me.
So, while you're Googling, I'm going to go on to the next subject, which is actually our writing challenge. So,
Wow.
in my bag, I've got some dice, the Story Cube dice. Now, there are 4 different things here. We've got actions, voyages, the main one, and one that Kirsty got me for Christmas, fright. So, we're going to get some of these out.
I think we should have a fright.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to try these out.
Yeah.
I say I bought them for Christmas
you know what?
this
We'll go with fright. We'll go with a frightening story this week. So we'll take the 3 out. So
I'll figure out what's
if
written on
you
his head.
look up,
That's such a dinky box.
it is. You can tell I haven't
It's
opened
an
it yet
expansion
because I'm trying, failing to open it.
Why do you think I haven't already tried them? I couldn't
So,
figure out how to get into
right.
it without, wrecking
That's
the packaging.
because there was a glue on there. Tell you what, that was really good. Really good glue. Well done, Story Cube. So, if you want to play along at home, you'll hear what we've come up with, by the way. So, the images we've got are... Oh, God. There is a spider. There is a person looking at his hands, terrified.
Or possibly if you interpret it another way with his fists up.
Yeah, or with his fists up. Either way, he's terrified.
Or
And
angry.
we've got a carousel horse. Right, so you've got your carousel horse, a spider... and
Well,
a
that should
very-
be easy for you, Liam, since the spider's there, but
Yeah.
I'm going to struggle.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
not sure what we're going to go with here. But,
Yeah, so if people aren't aware, I am actually terrified of spiders. Brilliant. So...
I'm not great with them either, because
I'm
we all
fine.
know.
As long as
it's
the
not
daddy
the
long legs
spiders,
ones.
the
Oh
spiders,
no,
the
what is with
spiders.
that? They can't be possible.
Yeah. we went camping.
Big fat hairy spider or a tarantula is fine.
The two of us went camping. She had to deal with all the bugs apart from the spindly ones, at which point I suddenly was the one least afraid of the spindly ones. It's like, okay, this is a slight turnaround.
I had that when I was in charity shop I worked in a few years ago. Everyone was terrified of a wasp that come in. And I don't really like wasps, but suddenly they were all turning to me to get rid of this wasp. It's like, you can't go running into the back going,
Last week there was a couple of girls went into the tack room and then they screamed and ran out because they saw a mouse. I was like, seriously, it's a mouse? But it's okay because today I saw a cat go in and come out with a mouse's tail hanging out its mouth. So we're all good.
This is why you
now?
have cats at the stables.
Right, so,
Okay,
we're about to pause this.
Okay, yeah, so just to
yeah.
go over again, we got a person looking horrified at their hands, a spider, and a carousel horse.
So, we're going to pause this now, and through the magic of editing, we're going to have something ready for you right about now. So, yeah, actually, about 45 minutes, an hour has passed, and we actually have something to...
Typical time.
yeah, typical time. So, we've actually got something to present now. Whilst I was taking a toilet break, we were meant to decide what order we were going in, but these two
But we
were
decided to
discussing
discuss
cleavage.
cleavage.
So,
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well,
Why
to
not?
be fair, I will say it's good job I'm sat here and you're not, because I'm getting a good lot of cleavage.
I look down and realise that my shirt is actually quite low. And when I'm curled up forwards, it's even lower.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Well,
At least we're not discussing the fly that landed on your cleavage way back.
oh, that was a whole nother thing, yeah.
Oh, yes. How
It was
rude.
Very rude.
That's rude.
Very rude fly.
It hitched a ride in my cleavage. Sorry,
okay,
carrying on,
so
away
we're
from
gonna-
cleavage.
Yeah, shall we go? So, right.
So if you remember, we've got the horrified at hands.
Do we really need to remind them?
Yeah, well, maybe.
Maybe we need reminding.
Yeah,
It's
maybe-
been an hour for us.
You never know. They may have paused the YouTube to do the writing. thing for all
Fair
we know.
enough.
So yeah.
Good on you if you did it.
Yeah, well done, well done.
Well done.
Horrified at hands, the spider, and the carousel horse. So who's going
I'll
first?
go first because I hate mine.
As is always the case, but you probably have the better ones.
Don't know.
So
So I've done a weird rhyming thing with a really inappropriate line. Okay.
okay.
Going with it.
There once was a spider who lived in a house, including a human and one single mouse. The spider made webs catching its prey. The human would often clean them away. One day the duster came Spidey's way. Her web all a mess led her astray. Falling onto the human's hands, Spidey already saw faraway lands. As the human panicked and threw her away, Mouse jumped out to cause a delay. Spidey scuttled as fast as she could, leaving her babies all on the roof. Spidey found herself far from home, underneath a big carousel dome. Crawling up a horse's long tail, Spidey squeezed into the whole anal. Her new home was dark and dry and safe, and this is now Spidey's living space. That's why I cracked up when I was writing it.
That was one thing, and then it was another thing.
I can't believe the tail of it now. I can see why you started laughing when you were writing it. Oh dear.
That definitely started as one thing and became something else.
Well, I got out of hand quickly. I'm glad you went first. Okay, so mine's actually quite a horrible one. So do you want to go first and I'll go last?
Yeah, I'm being out of character in they were the scary stories, and mine's actually.
Well, mine wasn't exactly scary, was it?
Well, that rhyme was.
The prompts were already scary pack, and yeah, very out of character for me. I've not gone scary. Well, I don't know. It depends which character you are and whether you have arachnophobia. But there we are. Right. The merry-go-round spun cheerily through the night, the bulbs leaving streaks of light behind them as they danced ever forwards. The brightly painted horses pranced up and down untiringly as the people laughed and watched, waiting their turn to ride. Websy, from his home in the canopy above, watched too. He liked the colours and the light, and he liked the people too. Living on the carousel, he didn't even get dizzy anymore. Going up and down as well as round and round would be fun, thought Websy, so he set off from his home in the rafters on a long thread of silk, descending down until he came to rest on the shiny pink forelock of one of the ponies, and secured his 8 feet to the wooden head, allowing his body to sway up and down with the movement. From down there he could feel the breeze of movement, and he enjoyed himself immensely. The ride came to a stop, and with laughter and chatter the children swapped their seats. Websy didn't move. None of them were small enough to sit where he was, so he could stay. He didn't mind sharing his horse. A child leapt up behind him, and the ride started again, Websy riding proudly at the front. Suddenly, Websy felt something brush his legs, and he looked round into the horror-struck face of the child, who was holding out his hand as if contaminated, and staring at Websy. It opened its mouth. It screamed. "Mom, I touched a spider! Help! It's there! It's big and hairy!" Websy jumped up in alarm and began climbing back up his web, as the child began to flail its arms at him and scream. People ran over, and Websy hid himself again in his web in the canopy as they bustled below, no longer happy. In future, Websy decided, straightening out his web, he would just watch from here.
That's like a children's story.
It is. It's very out of character for me.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Normally Kirsty has murdered at least 3 people in her stories.
Blood, guts, horror.
Yeah. That was just not you.
No, very out of character, I realise.
Oh.
I'll get back to my normal kind of writing style soon, I hope. I appear to have infected Liam with it instead.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've got another sort of rhyming story thing. I don't really like writing poetry, so I don't count this as a poem.
But you're good at it.
Yeah, apparently I'm good at it. So this one's called Alex Hale, and it's told from a third-person point of view, just random person. I don't know why I went with it. So here we go. Hello there, dear listener, and welcome to my cautionary tale. Let me recall the mystery, the disappearance of young Alex Hale. On a warm, unsuspecting August, young Alex Hale was walking alone. He decided to take a shortcut to try and hastily get to his home. When somewhere, out in the distance, bells, whistles with lights and sounds, he recognised them instantly, his childhood favourite, the travelling fairground. Only this time things were different. There were no food trucks with candy to sell. There was only a single ride there, the old horse and car carousel. Young Alex, well, he should have turned back, but his senses had been overcome. The lights and nostalgia had hooked him. Fatefully, he went and jumped on. The horse had a burgundy saddle, fantastic, a colour that he loved. But as he spun, he failed to notice the spider descending above. As it landed, it bit our poor Alex, who suddenly yelped and felt very hot. But as he looked at his hands, his legs had froze on the spot. His scream was muted and futile, and slowly he succumbed to the truth. His jumper was becoming a saddle, and his hands had become golden hooves. As young Alex sat in his place, the sides had slammed shut and blocked the light. The spider had captured another. The carousel disappeared in the night. So the next time you ride at the fair, remember, watch above your head, because if the spider does happen to get you, you're going to become a new horse instead.
Yeah, that's really good!
I like that. Two very different stories about spiders that live in carousels.
I like that.
Well, yeah.
Also, if his legs froze in place, but he turned into another horse, is he now a horse riding a horse, or did he somehow move?
I did wonder that.
I did say he jumped off.
Oh, he did.
Okay,
He jumped
missed
off,
that.
so yeah. Or I might have. That might be a plot hole.
Well,
Yeah, he didn't jump off.
Yeah.
I was meant to say jumped
of
off.
course,
instead of
Kirsty
fell off.
always spots a plot hole.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
I am
That
the
was
one
one
that
of like.
sees
Well, it
potholes.
could have been a horse riding a horse. It could be a very, very odd-looking carousel by the end of it. Maybe he wasn't like the most observant. Maybe there were other horses. Like maybe one had fallen off a horse, or maybe there was a horse in a car and he didn't think that was odd.
I don't know. I do apologise. I am the.
Plot hole finder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am the.
But you do fix them too, so.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
I
always
find
good.
plot holes and then I immediately sew them up.
Yeah.
Usually.
So, yeah, normally, now we go on to the 5-minute faff. Normally we'd also include parts of our radio play, but we've only just finished episode 4, so we're not going to do that this
when I
time.
say we just finished episode 4, none of the others are really recorded.
Yeah.
We have
So,
versions of the others.
Yeah.
we have versions of the others, but they're not fully recorded.
Yeah.
As you can tell, there's only 3 of us, so...
I think there were like 8
Yeah.
speaking parts in that
Yeah,
last one I
yeah,
counted.
yeah. So
But
Three of
it's
us recording
it's mostly ready.
mostly ready if you don't count episode 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So,
The rework to episode 3.
yeah. So yeah, the 5-minute faff. So we've decided you hear these things called Waffle On or Just a Minute on Radio 4, where they have 1 minute to go on about a subject that they're given. Only we're going to do 5 minutes. We're going to get a random word, and then
See where it goes.
Yeah, see where it goes, basically. And I suppose I'm going to make a tally of how many different subjects we get onto. So, yeah, so when you're ready...
So, my finger has landed on the word robes.
Robes.
Robes, right.
Yep.
Right, okay then.
At what point do I hit the go bit thing on the timer?
I'd say, well, now? Okay, so time starts now. Okay, so
5 minutes.
robes. I've got a TARDIS dressing gown for
Oh,
Christmas.
I made my own set and we
robes.
made robes!
We made
Slytherin
Harry Potter
robes!
Slytherin robes.
I wore them to the Half-Blood Prince screening.
we spent about 3
I
days
got
sat in
them
this room
upstairs.
stitching them by hand.
That is brilliant.
We made them.
Yeah.
So have you worn anything else when you've gone to the cinema?
You had your Gryffindor scarf.
Oh, I have
You've
a
got
Gryffindor scarf, yeah. And I had Tom Felton poster on my back as well, didn't I, on my bag. Yeah, that was when I was going Felt Beats crazy.
Yeah, there was a fun poster, yeah.
And I had Draco with me on one of them.
We took the Slytherin Gryffindor things around Dartmoor once, didn't
Yes, we did! They're not even Slytherin and Gryffindor, we just
Well,
decided
they
to
were-
call them that.
They were vague. I think it
Yeah.
was pink and green, really.
Pink
We
and
decided
green,
they were red
yeah.
and green. And
we took pictures of them
yeah.
in various places.
Yeah, because you two go on holiday quite a lot, do you? Or you
Oh,
go together.
randomly
few
go
times.
to places.
So we were camping on Dartmoor, just the two of us for about 5 days.
Yeah.
We it got even more bad than we were to start with because it was just the two of us for 5 days.
It was bad. Bad in a good way.
No technology or anything. We were actually reading. Which book were we reading to each other? Was it Half-Blood Prince or just Deathly Hallows? I can't remember.
Can't remember.
We had no technology,
reading one of
so
the
we were
books
just reading to each other in the evening.
Well, we've done it before when we've been on holiday to Poland.
I got you through Prisoner of Azkaban because
I got confused.
You couldn't understand the time travel bit, and that's my favourite one.
Yeah.
So
this is inevitable. When we told you Harry Potter would happen, and it's happened.
You picked the word
warn us.
I'm sorry, that's where my finger landed.
You're wearing a Harry Potter book as well. Yeah. No, I've been to like Dartmoor and Exmoor on my own. I don't know why I find it better to go on my own when I go on holidays.
I think
I do as well. I've booked to go to Cornwall next month by myself, so yeah, I go on holiday by myself.
Well, it's one of those weird things. Is it a social stigma to go on your own?
I don't know.
It's kind of difficult to go into a busy pub and sit and have dinner by yourself.
I think it's more, it comes to that whether you're a girl or a boy thing.
Well, it's like, people used to look at me weird when I went to the cinema on my own.
I've done that as well. I don't think anybody looked at me, but my radar of people looking at me is pretty bad.
Yeah, you're a bit rubbish. No, just
I don't have radar.
you have no radar.
You got conked out.
Yeah,
you just walked into like an EMP one day and it's never come back.
It was never installed.
Yeah. I'm the one who walks along going, "Did you just?" They were just looking over, and you're like, "What? It's like they could not be more obvious. Really,
can't tell. No. It's like I've got blinkers on or something.
Yeah.
Well, in all fairness, if you're looking at your glasses, you do have a gap in your glasses.
Yeah, no, but this is even when it's obvious.
No, I'm talking like this happens when I'm wearing contact lenses as well, you know.
You do look a bit different when you have contact lenses in.
Probably.
Yeah, because most of the time I only ever see you with glasses. I mean, I'm fairly new to the glasses thing anyway, but it's like the first time I met you, I think you weren't wearing glasses.
Because you don't normally.
No, so when you do, so when you do, it's a bit odd. So yeah.
Whereas I'm blind as a bat and I'm always wearing them.
Yeah, but yeah, when we've gone out on sort of Saturday nights and things, and you've just not got them on, you look almost very, very different.
Yeah, your birthday last year I was wearing contact lenses.
Yeah, you were. Oh god, the less said about my birthday, the better.
In that case, what did I miss?
Well, you went home, didn't you? No,
I had no choice.
You had to work
the fact that we sold out Weatherspoons of Kraken rum.
Yeah.
There was a group of about 14 of us, and we've gone on to Kraken rum.
Well, it's worth it when it's
Liam
Kraken.
is weird. He doesn't drink it with Coke. He drinks it with lemonade.
That's because I don't like
Especially
Coke.
dark rum.
Dark rum and lemonade just taste weird.
No, it doesn't. It tastes fine.
Wrong.
No, that all stemmed from like the time me and a friend at university made Sailor Jerry. It was a thing called Steamboat, and it was Sailor Jerry's amaretto. And they didn't have any Coke, so they put lemonade and lime in it. It was like the best thing. This was back when Sailor Jerry was like vanilla flavoured, and then they changed it to make it more commercial, apparently. The one thing that made it different from other rums.
Captain Morgan's in the cover that my parents got for me when they went on holiday. It's like a proper Captain Morgan's from the Caribbean. If that's possible.
Yeah.
It tastes good anyway.
Yeah, so...
Kraken is our favourite.
Mind you, I only went on to rum because I work at a cider factory and, I've got off cider. Well, I haven't actually drunk since about October, so, the whole...
Have you seen how much cider we have?
Yes.
The cupboard under the stairs.
Oh, there we go. That's the 5 minutes.
And that's 5 minutes.
Yeah, so we've waffled on for 5 minutes and we've gone through... we started on robes. Then I went on
changed topic.
Yeah, changed topic to the cinema.
We did detour around going on holiday by yourself.
The social stigma of doing things by yourself. Contact lenses, because I mentioned about your blinkers. Maybe you just weren't observant because of the gap.
No, I'm just not observant.
I went on to the Kraken and like different rums. I'm not counting Sailor because that just went onto a rum. And then I started out birthday, I suppose. Yeah, we'll count that
birthday shenanigans.
Yeah.
That was quite fun.
Yep, and I started to go on to the side of things. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8.
Also, talking about your birthday, I do remember us sat in a corner of the shop singing Taylor Swift.
Don't tell people that! Life's too short.
I think people may have seen it. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, life's too short to pretend you don't like Taylor Swift. Anyway, that was 8 subjects. So the
There's
next
no
time,
such thing as guilty pleasures.
So the next time we do that, we'll try and beat a score of 8. So,
Yeah. I'm sure we'll manage.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sure we will. So we're going on to the last thing now, where we've got Bertie Bott's another Harry Potter and Bean thing.
It's
Sorry,
us,
you've
come
got
on.
us here.
Yeah, I know.
We're massive nerds, sorry.
Maybe Bean Pods wasn't the best name. Maybe we should have been called Harry Beanto or something. Okay, so Natalie is going to go first. A
The
random
thing is-
one. Right, okay, so you've got
The
one.
instructions are at the bottom.
I'm gonna know what she's got.
God. I always get the bad ones.
Okay, so we're not going to tell you until you've actually, eaten it. So, go on then. Right. I bet you get a good one. I'll get the horrible one.
No, it's Tutti Frutti.
Yeah.
You!
Phew,
Oh, if it was-
Tutti Frutti. So, go on then. Right.
I think I know which one that
Fairly
is.
sure that someone else is going to take mine. That's not fair otherwise.
Oh, yeah, I think I know which one that is.
No, that's a normal one.
I think that was watermelon.
Yeah.
Thing is,
Yeah.
they both had normal ones. Now I'm surely going to get a terrible one, and I
I
don't have
don't
a drink.
know, I don't think you will. I just picked one randomly.
Brilliant.
Be beetle or something.
Cinnamon, or is it a fruity one?
Give you cinnamon.
Cherry. Maybe.
Cinnamon or cherry.
Oh, great.
Cherry.
Great. So we've built this whole thing up.
And nobody got the terrible ones.
nobody got the horrible ones. So, oh, that's a shame. Maybe we'll have to do another episode and hope for some horrible ones.
But to be fair, some of the ones that are nice on here actually do taste quite bad. So we were just lucky, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll put them back. I guess we're going to have to do it.
At least you're not as cruel as they were to me in uni. They actually selected the bad ones for me.
I could have done
to
that,
watch
but I
them.
thought that would be especially mean.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe if,
If this continues to fail, we might have to select
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But
But Bertie Bott's aren't our only source of bean, so...
yeah, because you've got Bean Boozled and things like that as well.
I think I have a
so-
box of Bean Boozled and a box of Bertie Bott's every flavour.
Nice. So, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
So we've gone through everything.
Yeah.
So, thanks if you've actually listened to the entire thing. I think it's going to be around about 40 minutes.
Possibly 50.
Yeah.
It depends how long we've waffled on a bit. So, I guess we'll see you next time.
Whenever next time is.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever next time is. And hopefully, we'll have a bigger audience then. So,
Hopefully we'll have a better idea of what we're doing.
And we'll get back into the swing of writing challenges. 'Cause
Yeah.
We haven't done one in a while.
yes.
that was some rusty writing there.
Oh, Liam's was pretty awesome. Ours was
yeah.
a bit rusty. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been writing a radio play then.
Well, we could always...
I've only been editing.
We could always have a look at some of our previous writings, the ones that we liked.
There's one I
Like,
definitely want to use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I quite like my cat story.
I'll do one of my teenage Zeus stories.
Yay!
Oh, yes.
We like
Zeus.
Zeus.
Okay, so I
Yes.
suppose until next time, we've been Bean Pods and
I've been Natalie.
I've been Kirsty.
I've been Liam, so we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.